So this is pretty much the best bit, is putting on shiny painted parts. I've done the exhaust manifold, and I've done, so basically the inlet part of it, it's all one unit as you know, but the inlet part of it is, I've done it this grey, and the hot side I've done in a heat proof silver paint, which I used on an exhaust and another one. It seems to hold on, so it might make it look nicer for a bit longer. But the first thing I'm going to start putting in, I might as well get this manifold on, get that blocked off. I've got all the studs and I've cleaned all the little buggers up, so they're all nice and shiny, all the threads are clean. But I am going to put a bit of copper slip on them and whack them in. Then I can put the gaskets on, manifold on, then I can put my breather on the top of there, which I've straightened out because, where is it? It's in there in the spray booth. It was all flattened and bent, but very gently I've manipulated it round again with like a soft hammer. So I've got the shape back, so it'll breathe again through there where it's supposed to. But anyway, I'm going to get on with putting these studs in, then the gaskets can go on, that can go on, alternator bracket can go back on, sorry, dynamo bracket can go back on, and the dynamo can go on. Yeah, shiny bit time. There's another shiny bit put on. See a manifold with the high temp paint on there and the same grey. Let us know what you reckon about that. Does it look nice, or do you reckon it's better rusty and authentic? But I like that. It looks like shiny and new. Here, leave a comment, wouldn't you? See what you reckon. I'm going to find some more shiny bits. And there's our little breather pipe all straightened out. Coming on, isn't it? Next I'll put the bracket on for the alternator, I think. I'm just going to double check this is still open and closable, because I cleaned it all up. There we go, alternator's all on. New belt, I haven't done it a bit tight yet because it's got paint on there, and I'll have to run it and let that wear off a little bit so it gets back down to the metal surface, but that's looking bloody good, isn't it? What else could I put? I don't want to put too much on the back end because I've still got to rebuild the dashboard because it had a piece of rot in it, so I've got to cut that out and repair that, which I'll do shortly, I think. We've got oil in it, so I could flick it over, put an oil pressure gauge on it, and see if we've got oil pressure, which we should have, because this was said new shells in it, etc., etc. And even before I touched it, it had really, really good oil pressure. But that's all it did have, oil pressure, because nothing else worked. But anyway, that's coming along nice. I'm really happy with that. I'm just going to touch up some of the bolts where I've pulled a bit of paint off, but that's all right. We've got loads of touch-up paint. Starter motor's on, oil pressure pipes on, oil filters on, oil's in it. Yeah, I don't want to put any of this bit up the top here on yet. Up by the steering column. Where are we? Up here. So I don't want to stick anything on here yet until I've made that dashboard, fix that up, but I'll do that in a minute. Then I've got to paint the battery box as well, which is over there. I'm also going to make a new cage for the battery, but I can mount the box once I've painted it. I've got the toolboxes all ready to go. Got to clean some threads out here and there where it's paint, but it's looking bloody good. I'm very happy with this so far. Can't wait to flick it over and get a tune out of it. I might find the downpipe for the exhaust. There's the exhaust downpipe on. Again, that's not everyone's cup of tea, that one. Some people like the upswept one, but this is never going to go to work, I wouldn't have thought so. Having the exhaust coming out the back and not in your face is probably going to be nice for whoever gets it to trundle around the roads on and have a play. So here, we've gone for the downswept exhaust. Just for shits and giggles, let's see if we can get the oil pressure up. Well, that's a good sign, isn't it? That's just on the starter motor and it's up to normal, so I'd say this is a good bloody little engine. Very nice. Right, I've managed to get this apart with the help of 2 heat guns and my air rattle gun, because it doesn't overheat like the DeWalt one does, but it took bloody ages and a lot of swearing, a lot of big hammers, bit of that big hammer as well, but we got the bolts out and it's split now. The next mission is to get the pin out. Now it's pretty stuck in there, but I have just made myself a tool, so that will go in there. I've just got to clean up the edges because it's a bit burred, but that'll go in there like that, and I should be able to get the huge hammer and hopefully smack that out. I may have to put a bit of heat around there, but that should get that pin out. That will release this. I've got a new pin because that one's all manky and wanky, and we don't like manky and wanky, so I'm going to get that apart and then take it outside and water blast it, because it's covered in crap from like 70 odd years old of rubbish in there. So I'll get this all apart, get it cleaned up, then I'll get it primed and painted and back on the tractor. So I'll just give that a quick smack just to see if it's going to move, but I haven't got much hope. Will help if you hit it, wouldn't it? It's hard to balance it, isn't it? That's better. Oh, that'd be better like that. Good job we have got steel toe cap boots on, ain't it? No. The other way I could do it probably is I could make a tool to press it out, can't I? I might even try that. So that might be a much tidier idea. So I'll make up a sleeve to go underneath here and put it in a 30-ton press. All right then, so I've got it set up in our press. So I haven't just been tangoed, these are my gloves. Better than keep washing your hands, I think. Dries your skin out, keep washing your hands, doesn't it? So see how much pressure it's going to take to get this bucket to move. Quite a bit, but she's on the way. Let's face it, I wasn't going to get that with the hammer anyway. That's much easier. Well, I think we're there, Gov. Yeah, we are. That is loose as a goose now. So I've learnt something. That's how I'm going to get them out from now on, because, to be honest with you, that's the first one I've taken out. So now I can keep me little bits of tooling I've made just on me press for the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Makes sense, doesn't it? So anyway, that's out now. Just got to remove my pushy pin from it, but hopefully that should be easy enough. We hope. Anyway, I'll get this out of the press and get it clean. So there you go, there's our pin, and that's how worn it was. So she's pretty poked. I've got a nice new shiny one over there from Sparex. And they're a bit elusive, old Sparex. I've been trying to get a trade account with them so I can buy bits cheaper, because I'm doing a few tractors and I've got a company, Malik Shed Limited, you know what I mean? But they don't get back to you. They're ridiculous, so I keep emailing them. I've not heard a dicky bird from them, so I might go elsewhere to get me parts. I found another place, old tractor parts in the UK, and they do talk to me, so, you know, we'll have to see who comes through, but that's the old pin. Knackered. So, after mini sandblasting, that's our front piece. That's all the paint and rusts off of it. One of the captive nuts for the bonnet has fallen off, so I'm going to weld a new nut on there. I've got it all ready to go. That's our dashboard. I've just got to do a repair on this quickly. I'm going to cut that piece out there, put a new piece of steel in there, and give it a sand up, and then that'll be ready for primer as well. And I'll probably get rid of that blank because I'm going to put an ammeter or a voltmeter in there, so I can see if my alternator, sorry, not alternator, dynamo is working. So that's another bit I've got to fix. Also, I've got to fix the radiator cowl. Again, that's got a bit of rot down here on the side. So I'm going to cut that off and weld a bit of metal in there. Right, so the plan is just MIG weld that nut on there. It's the right size because the tab's fallen off that used to hold the captive nut in. So I'll weld that on quick and then I'll move to the next bits, which is our other bits here. Perfect. That's that bit done. So that can head to the spray booth and I'll get these other bits done. So the easiest way to deal with this piece here is just, I'm just going to snip that out, cut it out with the angle grinder and just put a nice new bit in there and then grind it up. Now we're living there. Same with the radiator cowl. Now I can use our bit that I cut out as a template for another bit of metal. So I should go and find a bit of metal. So there's me marks. I should quickly snip that out and well, there you go. There's that patched up. Just got to grind it off and that'll be good to go in the spray booth and all. Now I've just got the radiator cowl to go and the battery tray. I've got to put another captive nut in there for the fuel tank, so I'll do that and all. Right, so that's repaired as well. Got me captive nut back in there for the battery box. That's done. Everything's welded up, the knee's welded up. Now I can get the grinder out and tickle them all up, make them all look pretty. The next one will go in the spray booth. I've got all of these parts as well, which are on the tractor. Now these are brackets for a front end loader. The original of the tractor, so I'm going to put them back on, but obviously I haven't got a loader, so it'll be minus the loader. But they're all sandblasted, ready to go as well. The exhaust clamp for the down and under exhaust, that's all cleaned up, just needs a bit of sand up and that's ready to go as well. I've been looking for some parts this morning as well, so I went on the SpareX website trying to find the bush for the front suspension part, front cross member. Can't find it on their website. To be fair, I've been having a few problems with them. They don't respond to emails or anything, which is annoying. Been trying to set myself up a trade account there, but they haven't come back to me. But I found another company. It's called the Old 20 Parts Company. Oh, it's in the UK. They've been bloody helpful, and their website's got everything on it. So I found the bush. I found all loads of parts that aren't even listed on SpareX. I found on there. So maybe that's a go-to. They do export globally as well, so I've emailed them just to see what the crack is. But yeah, hopefully I'll get me new bush and I can assemble that part as well. I've just got to sandblast all them bits. But yeah, there's loads of places out there still do these parts new. Some are more helpful than others. So next mission, chuck primer on, and then tomorrow I shall stick the paint on, and then during the week I'll be able to pop them bits on. Here we go, all in primer. Some of it's nearly dry. I've got the heaters on, so I could possibly throw a bit of top coat on these, but we'll see how we go. Might be a bit quick, eh? Probably wait.